Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us for a CBS 8 Plus extended forecast, and we are covering everything you need to know as the Padres home opener approaches on Thursday. So it is Wednesday for now. We are a day ahead, and Wednesday and Thursday are going to involve quite a bit of wet weather. We know that this is not anything new to San Diego. This is our 13th atmospheric river. For us, the decaying version of this storm is what we'll get. So less than an inch really is what we're expecting in terms of our totals, but we want to walk you through from where we are right now through the rest of the day Wednesday, and then of course talk about Thursday and how things are looking, because that has been the question on everyone's mind. Virtually every social media platform, we've been getting your questions. What is it going to look like as that first pitch approaches at 1:10 p.m. tomorrow around Petco Park? All right, here's satellite radar imagery as we speak. This is Wednesday, so we are starting off Wednesday morning with showers pushing south of LA through Orange County and just approaching San Diego as we speak. So 9 a.m. hour, we're watching those showers push onshore. Throughout the rest of the day, we're going to see the heavier rain come, and that's going to be closer to the midday point. So 11 and noon. Afternoon, 1 and 2 p.m., those showers are going to start to taper off. We'll look at that in a closer picture with your future forecast models in just a minute. But I want to, of course, point out what we have outside for now. This is looking at La Jolla, just around that 8:45, 9 a.m. marker. Cloud cover still pretty dense out there. Some light showers coming onshore. Afternoon highs on Wednesday are going to peak at 58 degrees. So we have said goodbye to the 70-degree high that we saw on Monday, upper 60s on Tuesday. We've now cooled by about 10 degrees. And we're not only 10 degrees cooler than yesterday, but we're also about 10 degrees cooler than average being 68 degrees. Rain showers begin close to midday, and that's where the bulk of the more moderate rain could be coming onshore. Showers linger through Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday early afternoon is about the time frame that we start to see that wet weather decline in intensity and taper off quite a bit. Along with the rain, we've got gusty winds and cooler temperatures to join this storm. All right, here it is. Opening day forecast. We cannot say with confidence that we are going to be dry at the start of the game. What we can say is that if models are correct right now, and remember, models can change between now and 24 hours from now, we will still have a few light sporadic showers that will be tapering off as this game begins. Bulk of that moisture is going to come down Wednesday through Thursday morning, and then by the time we hit about that noon hour on Thursday, we'll really start to see activity taper off, but not completely. So we'll have a few remaining showers on hand through about noon, 1 and 2 p.m. That's why we still incorporate cold and breezy conditions and a chance for rain. If we are dry, remember, we're going to be seeing our afternoon highs in the mid and upper 50s. So it is going to be cold. The ground is going to be wet following full inch possible on the ground, otherwise close to about 3/4 of an inch, and winds will be at 16 miles per hour, west winds. So remember that rain really isn't the only factor to consider. If you're dressing for the game, you want to have a jacket with you. Long sleeves, jacket, all going to come in handy. You're not going to want to head out there in a tank top or a t-shirt. Shorts are probably not going to come in handy all that much. You're going to want the jeans. You're going to want a jacket. Let's start off with where we are between now and about 2 p.m. You saw that first wave push onshore. So for Wednesday, we'll get a little bit of a drying stretch on hand along the coastline. This is going to keep moving farther off to the east and the south. Snow levels are going to drop down. We'll look at that snow forecast over the mountaintops in just a second. So along the coastline, we'll get this dry stretch for about that evening commute. We'll see following that more scattered showers move onshore. So here's 8:30 Wednesday night. We start to see a few of those scattered showers move in. We start to see that snow level plummet. You can see that blue and pink popping up over the mountaintops. Palomar Mountain, Mount Laguna, already going to start to see that snow overnight. And then we'll start to see more of those showers move in. Right around the time that we start our morning coverage out there, we could get a little bit of a dry stretch in there. Remember, CBS 8 is going to be live at the ballpark all morning long from 4:30 to 9 a.m. And even for our midday shows, so Netta and Eric, our main anchors, well, they are likely going to be contending with some of that wet weather through the morning. We'll continue through about 11 a.m. and here's noon. We still have some of that rain developing from Del Mar all the way down through Chula Vista. This pushes east, and then following that, things are staying very light. But you do still see those quick moving sporadic showers move on through, exiting to the east just around about 4 p.m. So we do have pretty decent confidence that once that game comes to an end, if you're going to be spending your evening out in the Gaslamp Quarter or in East Village, you probably will still see those wet roads and cooler temperatures, but not much wet weather. Want to pause this at the end of Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. Wednesday. What do accumulations look like? Well, about 1/3 of an inch is what we're expecting. Now, when we continue this model forward from 11:30 tonight all the way through your Wednesday and then Thursday, here's 12:30 on Thursday, right ahead, about 40 minutes shy of that first pitch, and we still have accumulations about doubling where they were from the midnight time frame on Wednesday. So we are going to have plenty of water on the ground, rain on the ground. We're going to have those colder temperatures, and then it only looks like between about 12:30 and the evening, we'll see these numbers climb by maybe 1/10 of an inch. So things should stay light. We should not be by any means rained out of this game. But you should expect that we're going to see those sporadic scattered showers relatively light from noon on throughout the rest of your afternoon and early evening. If you're over the mountaintops, well, you are in for a winter weather advisory. We know spring season, well, it's already started, but we are hanging on to the winter-like weather all the way through 4 p.m. on Thursday. We see the snow level drop from 6,500 feet down to just about 3,500 by Thursday. Gusty winds and up to a foot for Palomar Mountain and Mount Laguna. Julian also looking at maybe 1 to 2 inches. They're on the lighter side because of their lower elevation. In terms of wind, mountains have a wind advisory in effect, so do the deserts, so you can see how those gusts and sustained speeds are going to look. Pink line on there shows your wind gusts. Blue line shows your sustained wind speeds. Gusts come for those quick bursts of energy, 2 to 5 seconds or so. Sustained speeds are what you constantly feel out there. And hey, a 30-mile-per-hour sustained speed, westerly wind, as you see with those arrows, that's going to be very cold and breezy because that is that cold, humid, wet air moving from the coastline. So even with these mostly wet conditions that we have on hand and mostly sporadic showers, that wind looks to be pretty constant. Cold temperatures as well. Here are your forecast highs for today. This is Wednesday. Again, we're going to give you another updated forecast tomorrow on Thursday, but we do want everyone, the thousands of people headed out to Petco Park, to at least have a glimpse of what these models are showing us as we head into the day. Forecast highs today, Wednesday, 50s. 57 for Carlsbad, 57 for Del Mar. 55 is as warm as we're getting from Poway all the way up through Fallbrook. Remember, these temperatures are trending 10, in some cases 15 degrees cooler than average. Rain, scattered showers for Wednesday and Thursday, tapering off by Thursday night, and then we're back to dry skies Friday through the weekend. There is some indication that points to the possibility of some very light scattered showers coming on shore for Monday of next week. Still a little far out, and technically storms that follow, say the main event that's coming our way, are harder to forecast before this first wave comes through. So we're going to wait till Wednesday and Thursday wrap up to be able to tell you more about Monday. But it does look like there's indication that we might get a little bit of wet weather into Monday. Not all that much. Not an atmospheric river by any means. Saturday, Sunday, though, the weekend forecast looks really comfortable out there. So enjoy the sunshine, the cooler than normal temperatures, but at least dry skies that we'll have. Across the mountains, you'll see all that wet weather start off as rain, turn over to snow as those afternoon highs plummet. 30s is all we're expecting by Thursday, and overnight lows are where we're going to see some of that snow come in. Deserts are going to stay light in terms of their accumulations, maybe about 1/10 of an inch, maybe 2/10, so lighter side of normal. But around an inch, 1/2 an inch to a full inch is what we can expect along your coast and inland. So if you're watching this, trying to figure out how to go about your opening day plans, remember, throughout the morning, we're going to have those scattered showers. Afternoon, they will start to taper off, but we're still holding on to a decent opportunity for some of those scattered showers. It does not seem at this point like this game is going to be rained out. It seems like the game will still happen. However, we do still have the game going on amid some scattered showers that could be popping up. The question is, how intense will they be, of course? And right now, it seems like from that noon through about 5 p.m. stretch, they will not be all that intense. I'll say again, these models can change in the next 24 hours. It's not a perfect science. We can't predict the future, but we can use what we have, the resources available, to give you our best guess. So what we can say right now is stay tuned to the forecast. CBS8.com/weather is going to be a great resource to have in terms of your current temperatures and conditions, as well as your future forecast. And you can stay up to date here on all of our social media platforms and apps for the latest. I'm Evan Irani with your CBS 8 Plus extended forecast. Have a great, safe, and hopefully dry Wednesday and Thursday out there.